Welcome to another Jarvis video series. In this particular video, we are going to be going over the Sniper Row. This is a very important row in Jarvis, okay? Think of it like, we call it the Sniper Row because when those snipers are out there out in the field, they have a spotter, right? So you got your hands on the target, scope on the target rather, and you need a spotter, to be able to check, the wind, the measurements, where the bullet's gonna go, trajectory, all that good stuff, right? That's what the sniper row is. And when you're dealing with the market structure uh, strategy, factory strategy is it's a real difference in how you interact with the market. Okay. Um, First, like I said, you you zoom in with Jarvis on the desktop. Either on mobile, you zoom in. You're not really zooming out here, right? Because there's a couple of key points that you look at. First, PTR is printed for you. So you see that there's a magnet right below the structure. The EMA 50, the 200, and the 21 is already part of the plotting for Jarvis. So that's there as well. And then you have the structure, and you have the intelligence behind it. So let's get into it. This is going to be pretty cool. We're almost near real time here. This is a replay, but we're near real time as of May 11th, this evening. So let's hit the play button. So we got to sell and then we got to buy. Okay, now this buy came in at what time? Six. Okay, so 4:52. Okay, so still playing through, waiting for this to confirm. All right, boom, we got confirmation, right? And what time was this? This was at 4:56. So as you can see, Jarvis already has some kind of light confirmation on this structure. Okay, it's an E key, one sample that had 100% win rate with a extra return of 2.77 R. Key points to look at, well, participation is opposing. Participation is opposing. So now, with this opposing pressure on this structure, it basically means that this structure may have to have some fight in it, right, to be able to build and get that TP. Okay, so a couple of things, there's the buy, and you can see that it's in a alignment, right? Because it's a buy in a bullish territory. You see the EMX here, right? For this one sample in history, this is history now we're talking. It was 100% for alignment, so some pretty good points. But this is a very light introduction into this structure right before market closes. Okay, so what we have on a sniper roll right now is this is what the initial confirmation badge was. When you see this confirmation badge, it means that it needs more information. Jarvis needs more data on this structure. That's why you see the little test tube here, right? It's not quite done here yet. So this is the first section is the JTP, which is the Jarvis Trade Profile Confirmation Badge. The next one here, which is grayed out because it's not fully evaluated yet, this is the sniper. This is going to tell you based off of your configuration here, your sniper mode, is this a trade that Jarvis can say, hey, based off of your sniper configurations, take the shot. The next is acceptance. This is the A1 print. We're not even there yet. So right now, this is early. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue to play this through. All right, boom. Look what happens here. 6 o'clock, we hit TP, right? So you see into the trade close at 5, right? The market closes and it reopens at 6. At 6 o'clock, the market pushed it up and it was TP. TP, how do you know? Black candle right here. TP candle color. It's currently configured at one sample, 1R. Okay, so this TP is the journaling. All right, so every structure, Jarvis is journaling. So you can either, join in in the structure journaling and see if you can get actual TP, or you can just watch. You know, that's what's great about Jarvis. So this hit TP right at 6 o'clock. That's the market. That's what it does, right? But look what Jarvis said here. Um, Remember, it was the initial confirmation was it needed more information. Boom. After the evaluation started to go through, it said red. So sniper was a red, meaning no go. Do not take the structure. Also, acceptance failed. So as you can see here, this basically failed acceptance. So once it fails acceptance, it doesn't even continue. Okay. The rest of the data from confirmation, which was from these two, C2, C2 here, and C3, all of this information has not changed. Right? It's the sniper is the data is the row that really comes alive between the sniper and the drift as well. This is also real time. This will continue to get updated here. Sniper constantly getting updated with information. But at evaluation completion, this will be done. This sniper will be done. This acceptance will be done. And if there's a commitment, which is A2, that would come after this as well. But for now, acceptance failed, so it doesn't go any further. Let's continue. All right. So we're starting to build out. Boom. Let's pause it here. This pops up. What is this swirly, bluish looking thing? This is USD. What that means is it's not USD as in money. It's unsponsored displacement. So Jarvis is saying, based on how the structure is looking, it doesn't have a lot of sponsorship for displacement. So that's what this blue swirl is for. Okay, so we're going to hit the play button. All right, boom, let's stop it right here. This CI Thunderbolt, what that means is it says, hey, wait a minute. Jarvis is saying, wait, this structure has unsponsored displacement. We're not really going anywhere, but there's some underlying pressure going on. Okay, now there was no entry here. Okay, as you can see, the third sphere here, which is acceptance, was red, was rejected. So from that point, Jarvis has no entry into the birth of the structure. But it's still letting you know what's going on with the structure. So what does that mean? Well, if you start to see a lot of these thunderbolts happening, which is CI, which means continuous ignition, it means that there could be some type of boost that could actually move the structure higher. So let's just say you didn't enter here. Obviously, you couldn't enter. It still hit TP at market open. That's fine. But you could possibly enter somewhere here, right? And then follow that structure up and still hit TP. Let's continue to watch what's happening. All right, so the CI now has disappeared. So it flickered. It's like it's a flash. It does happen intra-bar. If the energy is there, it will just flash at you like, hey, there's something here. Okay, let's continue to play. Boom, stop it here. This was actually, it went from 2 to 3. So that's pressure here, right? This is saying this is what's that friction override event. This is what this thunderbolt means. It means that in the beginning the structure did not have any energy. There was no displacement there in the structure. And how you know too as well is if you look at TDS here, contract 1C, TDS, tempo drift state. You see this word here, balance? Balance means indecision. Market doesn't know where it wants to go, right? It's kind of like in limbo. But when it's in limbo, these type of indicators will let you know something is going on. Now, this thunderbolt, because this is a buy, okay, it's never going to show a thunderbolt if there's pressure of sell coming, right? It's only going to be looking at aligned pressure, which means aligned signal pressure. That's basically what it means there. So this had a little thunderbolt 2. Now it's at thunderbolt 3. When it comes to these thunderbolts, you'll see a thunderbolt by itself, then you'll see a 1, then a 2, then a 3. That means that there's energy going. That obviously the higher the number, the more energy that's behind this candle. Jarvis is reading candles real time and is checking the weight and the ATR of these candles real time. And it animates it for you in the sniper row. So as you can see, this sniper row is very, very animated. Okay, nothing has changed up here. It's been pretty much static. The only thing that's changing is here, obviously here. drift. It means it's stretched. So this stretch, what does that mean? Okay, it means that on average for this one sample, it took 4 bars. 4 bars. We're on a 2-minute chart. It took 8 minutes to hit TP, which is 1 hour. That's what we got configured in our sampling. As you can see here, the count starts from confirmation. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, we hit on our second bar. That's going to get updated here. The next time this key comes up with this for this structure, this duration will reduce from 4 to probably either 3 or 2 because it's averaging it out. But the reason why this says it's stretch is because look what's happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12 candles in. This structure is still building. It's basically saying now we're stretched, right? Because we've gone beyond what our duration for TP is. That's what drift means. That's real-time drift, okay? But back to the sniper. As you can see here, this thunderbolt is at 3. So let's see what's happening, man. Continue to watch. Again, the market, it's probabilistic. There is no guarantees, right? Jarvis can't tell the future. The only thing Jarvis can do is read structure real time. So as of right now, I'm going to pause it here. There was a PTC label, PTCA printed. This asterisk meaning that it was this particular candle here that's being printed is part of its own fair value gap. And there's also a fair value gap with this triangle below here. Okay, so there's an imbalance below, and also this candle was part of its own imbalance as well. This is a good sign. If you are in a buy, you want to see this. That means that there's a potential trend continuation, and it's also giving it a grade A, which means it's a solid continuation. Okay, it also creates this rolling support line. So when you're dealing with PTCs for A and B, you want structure to bounce off support and keep going up. When it's PTCC, which means reversal, down now this is not a support. You want it to be resistance. You want it to reject and come down so you can enter for a short. More to come on this, but this is what the sniper row is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Jarvis is a real-time market intelligence, institutional grade intelligence protocol, for retail. I mean, now we have the power in our hands to be able to really break down exactly what these structures are doing. Thanks for watching.